Your girl is back. Welcome back, you guys. Season 2 of Chats with Cath is back. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. This season is going to be epic because there's going to be more series, more interviews, more videos, and it is just going to be a whole host of fun. I'm so excited to have you here on this journey, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alrighty, welcome back, you guys, to another episode of Chats with Cath with me, Cath, and I have another guest speaker to continue on the series of relationship Hunger Games. Please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. Hi, my name is Chantal, and I am Catherine's friend.
Yes. How did we meet?
I don't know. If it wasn't over a bottle of wine, I don't know.
Exposure.
Actually, that's a good question. How did we meet? Because if it was back in varsity days,
It was.
don't remember much.
Me neither.
But it was a good time.
It was. I remember drinking with her. It's like, oh, I know you. She was like, oh, I know you too, kind of thing. And it's actually quite funny, like how we became friends and it just all kind of turned into full circle. So here we are. Okay, cool. So Robi, today I'm going to be asking you 5 questions.
Okay.
Just delving into some nuggets of wisdom, insights on relationship Hunger Games.
Lovely. Okay. Okay.
This is gonna be fun, you guys. I swear. Okay.
Yes, it will.
So first things first. The first question
Yeah.
is, what is the difference between what it was like dating in your 20s versus now in your 30s?
Oh no. Oh wow. Sure. The differences are massive. Let me start with my 20s, like when you're 20, you're just naive and you're just gullible, you just fall for anybody. I mean, they'll just say, oh, how about you flowers? And you're like, okay, flowers. They'll be like, oh, my favorite color is black. Oh, my favorite color is also black. Match made in heaven. And then, it was very easy to be persuaded or manipulated, actually is a better word, to find yourself in a situationship when you thought it was a relationship, and then the guy says, no, but this is what you wanted, and then the rest is history. And then in your 30s, I think because with experience you'll be able to say, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. And if you're still looking for or seeking what you do want, take the time in the world, okay? Don't rush it, okay? Please. Just because somebody in your 30s is also getting married in your group of friends, or the pressure, exactly, or the pressure from family, friends, whatever the case may be. Please just take your time. I mean, life is short, but it's also long. So make the most of it, honestly. Yeah, so that's I think the biggest for me, the difference, that it was just too easy for me to be persuaded. But then what played the biggest, what influenced that the most, was I think the way I grew up, like my background actually, with the relationships I had growing up, played a really big part in terms of how my relationships in my 20s formed. Yeah. And then now with my 30s, I can see clearly now.
Now I can see clearly now. Please don't demonetize me.
Oh yes, please. Oh, sorry. Oops.
No, for the songwrites, me just singing.
So yeah, that's the biggest takeaway. I think that's pretty much it.
Well, that's a good insight. I like that you mentioned that your 20s you had a glassy-eyed naivety towards dating and everything, and I think it's quite similar for a lot of people, because other people that I've chatted to, they're like, your 20s are for you to be in the streets. They're for you to like go out there, be a hot mess, and then in your 30s you'll be like, okay, cool, I've tried this and this and this and this and this, and you refine it towards like the specific things that you would tolerate and the specific things that you might not necessarily tolerate or at all.
That's right. Hence the experiences. Very important, guys. Experience. But don't overdo it. Like, you know, if the experiences are extreme and they question your morals and your values, please avoid. Okay. It's red flag. Okay.
Avoid.
Avoid at the play. Okay.
So then the next question is, in your experience, how important is it to make sure that you know yourself as a person before you can impose yourself? Not impose, but before you introduce yourself or into someone else's life and they into yours?
So, I'm gonna use a real life experience. Yeah. So guys, gonna get a bit of insight into my life.
Just a little bit of tea.
Wear a seatbelt. It's gonna be a rough ride. Okay, on a more serious note.
But for real.
Yeah, for real. You know, again, I'm gonna go back to experiences because it's very easy for people to mask or cover what their true intentions are with you. So as much as I can say that yes, this is what I want, you know, I know what I want, you know, I want to be in a committed relationship for real, guys. Okay? As single as I am. Don't be. So
don't play.
Hi.
Don't
play. Okay, what she said.
Don't play.
Okay, what she said. But you know, so it's very easy. I'm gonna use a very recent example. Whereas, you know, the guy, on the other hand, he made his intentions clear. Like, okay, this is what I want to do with you. You know, I want to be in a commitment. You know, and are you game? Are you keen for this and everything? So in my head, I was like, well, okay, he said it first this time. Usually, I'm the one that jumps head first, and I'm like, okay, look, we sit down, open that book. You know, this is what I want. This is how I want it. Okay, deliver. Okay, you know, and then the guy, of course,
contract,
right? So the guy, of course, will sign this contract. He's gonna be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is what I'm signing up for.
That booty, of course. Like, you know, I think it's not a one-way street, you know, like because each person will have different relationships.
Yeah.
And you know, just because you know what you want, you know, and you meet people that say the right things or do the right things doesn't necessarily mean it's for you. So
wolves in sheep clothing.
Exactly. So
beware.
Beware, yeah. So also one thing is just to listen to your gut, hey? Like sometimes when something's too good to be true, run. And yeah, and I think also the signs will be there. So I think for me, as much as I say yes, this is what I want in a relationship. I want to be in a commitment, you know, I want to have all these babies and you know, grow the family. So, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, at the end of the day, I'll still have to listen to myself. If something happens, am I gonna let it go and be like, oh, but he also says he loves me, so it's okay. Because this is what I want from him, you know. So it's you shouldn't be blinded by what you see or what you hear, but actually think of it logically. Like, okay, you know what? Yes, this is what I want, but is this something I can see past? Yeah. Or is it something I can say, hey, look, this was fun, but I'm out, you know? Yeah, because the relationship is not a be-all, end-all.
That is true.
So that's also something when I say this is what I want. The second I don't see it anymore or it becomes inconsistent, lack of communication, I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm out of here.
Peace in the middle of the east. Trust your intuition, trust your gut. If you feel like things are going alright or like just like not the way you anticipated or it's not as advertised, take caution and do what you need to do to be safe and keep yourself safe and get yourself out of a situation that might turn into a completely clusterfuck. Sorry, I'll bleep that out. Yeah. So my next, one of the other things that I wanted to touch on as well as to what you were saying about like trusting your intuition and like beware of wolves in sheep's clothing as well. It really speaks into the things that you can pick up from dating in your 20s.
Oh, yes.
Because then you put yourself out there and have more exposure. So that I'm not saying like go out there and go around. That's not what I'm advertising. I'm just saying we are in a unique setting where women have the option to explore different types of people and different types of people and be able to see who you want to be with in the future. And then like who are your birds off the feather flock together? Because remember, I mentioned this in like season 1, my episodes where I was just saying that be careful of the people you surround yourself with, because 100%. Like your 30s are when you're just like your price is way too high, you need to cut it kind of vibes. Like you need to do like a full-on audit, put on your little spectacles and just see like who's out there but thriving and vibing for you, and those who are just being enemies or agents of Satan. You don't need agents of Satan. You need people who fulfill your life, because these are the people you want when you get older and older and older, because they're the ones that bring you true joy. You don't want to be that person who's just a bitter, angry person. You want to be fulfilled.
That's right.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, cool. So then the next question it was a bit of a tricky one, but I do think it's important for people to get different perspectives, just so that they can understand like, okay, everybody's experience is different. And it goes into what were the best and worst experiences of online dating, both in your 20s and your 30s. Because I think we were in the age where like online dating was created. That's why we're millennials, and like that's why it's so fascinating to me. Like we were the age where everything was happening for the first time.
Yeah, gosh.
And like now, like when people talk about these things, you're just like, yo, I haven't done this. I'm gonna do this.
Shot. Okay. Right. Shot dot. Okay, so in my 20s, oh, yeah, you took me back, hey. In my 20s,
remember fix it.
Hey. No, I mean, okay, in my 20s, I think, how late in my 20s? Okay, mid-20s actually, I was introduced to Tinder. And at first, I didn't take it, I mean, even till today, I don't take these apps seriously. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I'm dedicated to talk to somebody. No. But it opened a new avenue, you know, in terms of how you can talk to people and who you can give access to you to talk to. So it's not like, you know, you have to talk to somebody because you're in the same, in the same environment, or the place sets the premise for you guys to talk, you know. So at least with Tinder. At the time, there were other dating apps at the time. I was not aware of them, but Tinder was the one that was like, oh guys, here's Tinder, you know. So yeah, at the time, you know, I did end up in a relationship, a long-term one actually. And
so this was like almost like a success story. Like the app helped you.
No,
not a success story. I meant like a success story in the sense that like you guys met up and then you actually like decided to commit to each other.
Yes,
that was successful. However, the relationship itself didn't work out. Unfortunately.
Yes, that's exactly it. So, definitely. You know, because it's a what we call it now, the talking phase, where you're just talking. Really, you're not saying, hey, you know, you talk to somebody and I was like, oh, let's meet up tonight, you know, let's go for coffee or let's go for drinks. Ooh, yeah, you know, stuff like that. You know, I mean, some people roll like that. Hey, to each their own.
Listen,
to each their
different
own.
strokes with
Different folks, you know. But it was very easy because you could just talk to people, and I feel like that's what a lot of people wanted. Where I'm talking about back then. Now it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But you know, back then it was just about talking to people, getting to know them, you know, sussing out what you like, what you don't like, you know, and not just staring at men and being like, oh my gosh, he's so sexy. But like, you know, also just reminding yourself like, are you aware?
Here we go. Continue. You were saying before we were rudely interrupted.
What is it? Oh yeah, about the about in my 20s, you know. Yes. Now there are just so many dating apps available, and they kind of as much as yes, it's for everybody. People are sort of leaned onto certain apps depending on what they're looking for. So like for Tinder, for example, right now, it's a smash and pass situation, you know, like I'm
Netflix
feeling
and chill.
Literally. So yeah, like that's what it is right now, guys. It is what it is, you know. But like you get
down in the DMs.
Yeah, exactly. So like and then but you get other apps that are more that allow people to actually find, like, can I say, um people that are actually looking for the same thing. So if somebody is looking for, even if it's a short-term relationship, you're able to state that. You say, hey, from your profile, from the word go, this is what I want.
100.
You know, this is me. Like just surface level information that people need to know. They don't need to know everything, you know. You know, they don't need to know your ID number. So and all those things, okay, avoid. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I think looking back in my 20s, how I was actually using dating apps and how I use them now, two very different people. Like I said earlier, like I'm looking for a commitment. So I know like you can just tell from the word go, like the way somebody greets you, the conversations you're having, you know, are very important. And you can just tell like, okay, you know what, this person's wasting my time. Don't waste your time. Okay? Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Drink your water, mind your business, keep it moving.
Just stay safe in the streets.
That's right. That's on period.
That stay safe in the streets. So then I like that you say that, because it's so important to like really be cognizant of what you want and what you're looking for. Whether you're looking for friendship, because there are apps where you can like go out there and look for friends if you want friends, or there are apps out there where you can just casually date, and there are apps out there where they recommend like long-term relationships, and then there's apps that are just like, I just want to have like my ass cheek slapped and just and just keep it moving. Listen, no judgment here. We've all done it. We've all done it. We all had itches to be scratched. We all were looking for friends. We were all looking for long-term commitment, and we're all just like exploring the world out there. And there's nothing wrong with that. But always take caution and be safe in what you're doing, because safety first, guys. Safety first. Which goes into the next question, which is the second last question in terms of boundaries. What are like 3 important boundaries that you can impart as nuggets of wisdom for like the youngings out there who are still on the streets?
Still on the streets? Okay, so you know, maybe one of them, I'm hearing the word no. So, but I'm trying to find the way to explain it.
No means no.
No, no
just
means
to be
no.
clear.
Just to be clear, no means no. Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you agree to do something with someone. Doesn't matter, guys. Doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, the second your body says no, don't want to do this anymore. That's your cue to leave, and it's a-okay. Okay. You shouldn't feel pressure to do certain things. Of course, peer pressure. We've all been there. But one thing I wish I did for myself. If I could tell my younger self right now, you know, like, hey, this is me from the future. Don't do this. And I'm like, okay. You know, I would listen to myself. But yeah, guys, no means no. And yeah, people are like, oh, you know, you're lame for not doing this anymore.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Okay.
Bye.
The thing is, you'd rather have a moment where you just say, you know what, I'm glad I did that, because you don't want to look back and say, oh, I regret doing that. You can say, oh my gosh, thank goodness I didn't want to go through with that anymore.
Yes.
So yeah, as soon as you just feel something's off, something's wrong, leave, run, whatever the case may be, kick, punch, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you know some moves, you know, I don't condone violence, but in a moment where you need to,
yes,
by all means,
like, do what you need to do to protect yourself.
Do what you've got to do.
Yeah. So like always, no means no. Respect yourself, and like if it doesn't feel right, it's not right. What's the third one?
No, that was just the first one.
What's the second one?
I guess you know, when it comes to respecting yourself, we can use that as a boundary, but in a sense of know your limits. So because it's very easy to be known for something that's negative. Yeah, it's too easy.
And boys gossip. Yeah. Don't come at me. I know you do. Boys gossip, and they're not the nicest gossips.
Yeah. You think women can gossip?
Men.
For the boys. I can tell you now, for the boys is real, guys. For the boys is real. And like the thing is, you know, the thing is, when you were saying like respect yourself, if you know you're doing something that is not right, or it goes against your morals, your values, and your beliefs, just don't do it. You don't need to act out of desperation, okay? Because usually when you act out of desperation, you're acting because of fear. You're fearing because you had an expectation you were supposed to do something, or something was supposed to work out for you and it didn't. And that shouldn't be the base for you guys to now do something that's gonna be like, why the hell did I do this? This was so unnecessary.
Exactly.
Yeah, and usually, I mean, I could probably get people that say, oh, but you don't know what I'm going through. Of course I don't know. I mean, we all go through some things that make us one, like we get faced with choices that are questionable, but it doesn't mean you have to do it, because there's always a better way out on how to get things done, and also just to protect your reputation, because it's like a piece of paper. Once you crunch it up, it's gone. You know, literally, just like you might as well just start a whole new life, a whole new world, in a whole new world, literally. So because it's really hard for just anyone, especially when the reputation is tainted or compromised, for you to stay where you are and actually rebuild from that. I mean,
100%.
I mean, it's easy if you just go ghost and then you reappear somewhere later on in life. However, just
you don't want to be known for a specific thing that is negative towards you, because it will make your journey in life more unpleasant for you. We're not trying to dictate and be like Bible bashers. No. That's not the aim here. But it's just like, just know your limits.
Exactly that. Guys, like I said, life is short, but it's also very long. And the thing is, it'll be very long, because yes, you have 365 days, but what is it that you're choosing to do for yourself in those days, to say, for you to look back in when you get into 2024, like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm glad I decided, hey, I did not follow these people. I didn't fall under peer pressure. You know, I chose myself. Oh, that goes to my third one. Boundaries. Choose yourself. You know, be selfish. And I don't mean be selfish in the sense of saying no to sharing. Sharing is caring, but it depends what you're sharing.
Do you first.
Yes, do you first.
And then you can share with others.
Exactly that. Because now, I mean, in today's world, like, you get especially when it comes to like investing and saving, they always say give to yourself first, and then you're able to distribute your funds where you need to. This is not, there's a disclaimer, I'm not a financial analysis advisor. Guys, don't take my, it's not gold, okay, what I'm saying. However,
but this information is available on the internet if you are interested.
Exactly that. I mean, make use of it, and not just on the financial side of things, but also your personal self-development and everything. What is it that you choose, what is that you want to do for yourself, for you? Because at the end of the day, if you're listening to family, if you're listening to friends, I'm telling you right now, you're taking the longest route to get to your destination. Honestly speaking, where you could have just take that one-way plane ticket and you're out of here. Nope, you had to
decided to go through like
exactly to different routes, and then you get there and they're like, sorry, the next plane is delayed, and then you have to sit and wait, or you have to find something to do in that interim while you wait. So I'm saying that, like, please be selfish. You know, don't overextend yourself, because you're gonna wake up one day extremely tired. You're gonna be so tired, your energy levels are gonna be too low. And if you're also a believer, you're gonna feel that your faith in what you believe in is strained. You're gonna feel confused. You're gonna feel lost, and then you're gonna end up doing things that you never thought in a million years you'd be doing.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, it's like almost like a wake up call when you get to a point to when you're in your deepest, darkest place, where you're just like, oh my God, how did I get here? You know. So
and God is like, I've been trying to pull you off this way.
You know. So I mean, even if you a believer in like what's it, crystal healing or astrology or whatever, you know, just stay true to yourself, you know. And also listen to yourself. So just be selfish in the sense that, hey, you know what, give back to yourself. You know, if you know going out tonight is a bad idea because tomorrow's Monday and you know you have a hectic deadline, just don't do it.
Just choose peace. Drink tea at home, watch Downton Abbey, and do your work on the side. It's really not that bad.
I mean, girl,
it's
really
really
watching
nice.
Downton Abbey in today's world. I'm just gonna put that out there, guys. I don't know who's watching it. If you're watching it, forgive me, but I don't know who's watching that stuff. Okay, we're watching young African and famous African. Oh gosh, young
Lord,
African and famous. We be about it. So, no, okay, but on a serious note, give back to yourself and just make sure that what you're doing, you can thank yourself later. Literally, like when Drake's album, like thank me later. Thank me later. Literally with yourself, you're gonna thank yourself later. Like not tomorrow, but definitely a few weeks down the line, you're gonna be like, oh my God, you know what? If just because I decided to drink tea and watch some Downton Abbey, you know, that's good. Yes. Or read a book, actually, you know? Even better. But like not just any book. I'm not gonna just say open a book and read it.
Enrich you.
Enrich you, and also like empower you as well, to make you think out of the box, and as well as
bring you joy.
And also like to educate yourself in a way, to say, and it doesn't have to be something that you're studying or you're passionate about. It could be something entirely new that you want to learn, a new skill. Exactly, because now in our day and age, if you're not being a tad bit more selfish with yourself in terms of what you're learning, your skill set, your what you're doing with yourself, I'm telling you, you're gonna be left behind, and trust me, it's not fun.
No,
it's not fun. But
you don't want to be the person who's just like, wait for me. It's like, but you were, and then
this is what you decided to do. Exactly.
Messy. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. So we're going into the last question, which is a nice one. What nugget of wisdom, the last one, what nugget of wisdom would you tell yourself in your 20s that you wish you had known before you went into your 30s about dating?
Dating, to be clear. To be clear, because I'm like, wait, no, it's not. Okay, so, with dating, to be clear. You know, sure.
So many thoughts
and feels. Just to go back to, the nuggets of wisdom. The last one, about being selfish,
Yes.
Since it's related to the Hunger Games, relation to Hunger Games.
Yes. Oh Lord.
So when being selfish with yourself is that, even in relationships, it's okay to be selfish with yourself.
Yes.
Like if your partner is pushing you to do certain things, but it's gonna take your time and your energy. And you have to think about it, like, oh no, let's go out here for an hour or so. But if you do it, it's gonna compromise things that you're doing for yourself. Just
compromise, negotiate.
So you can,
it's allowed. That's how healthy relationships grow.
Exactly. It's not linear, but you'll get there. And in terms of the nugget I'll give myself, if I could, you know, I'll definitely start by giving her a hug.
Oh, I love that kindness.
Yeah, I'll give her grace. I really would give her grace because of yeah, she went through a lot in relationships, and especially with people that were always taking, you know. So I wish I could tell her that, hey, look, it's okay. You know, you don't have to people please. You don't have in this relationship. You don't have to force things because they want to force things with you, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to stay because you have the fear of what am I gonna do without this person? You know, like you know, having lack of sense of self.
Yeah.
So I wish if I could tell my 20-year-old self, drink your water, mind your business. But beyond that, like if I could just if you could just have given yourself more grace and more patience to say, hey, you know what, and maybe also an opportunity to address what was really eating her up, because it's only now I know like what was my issues back in the day. Like I got my wake up call pretty late in life. It's not unfortunate, but I feel like I'm more fortunate because I have this opportunity now to be in a better place, relationship wise, you know. So yeah, I know now what I want. So if somebody tries to bull stunts with me, literally block a telephone, block an Instagram, block a block. So you know, so yeah, no, that's what I do right now. Before in the back, you know, I'd be like, oh no, this person needs another chance in my life. Ooh. And then they break my heart. No. Now I go in with very little to no expectations. I mean, of course, I can't say no expectations because everybody has expectations to some degree. Yeah. But like now my expectation level is very, very low. So I'm not going to I shouldn't feel bad when it ends. I'll be like, oh well, you know what, it's okay because that means something better is out there for me. And yeah, something better does come down the line. Maybe not in the shape, form, way that I hope it did, but it certainly does. So yeah, that's definitely something I'll definitely extend grace to her and just tell her, look, you know, like don't let anybody into your life. Yeah. You know, that's one thing I'll do. Oh my God, if somebody could just say, don't do it, don't do it. So, oh my gosh, like, guys, I would definitely tell her, like, wake up.
She's being your voice of reason right now. It's like,
yeah, like, just stop it. Behave. No, honestly speaking, like, guys, don't let any Tom, Dick, or Harry, you know, or you know, any like you know person of that nature, figuratively speaking, not literal, guys. So anyone with those names, guys, please just I'm just talking figuratively here. Yeah. So I mean, in the sense that you know, be very selective. Yeah. Even in your 20s, yes, you'll be supposed to date, explore, have fun, but with your boundaries, like you know, okay, you going to this bar, you can already see that there's a situation here, you know. And also another thing, all
there's
right?
more wisdom to it.
I'm adding another nugget because I can.
Please add more nuggets. Okay, people must learn.
Guys, your enemy is closer than you think. Okay.
Oh yes.
So when I say that in relationships, right, you will get friends who are very jealous of your relationship. Woo! Okay. When I say jealous, okay, if you think witches with hats on can pull stunts, you have not met the people closest to you. And I'm not saying this is for everybody. No. But I'm just based off like there were a couple of things I saw where people had to come up, I'll share it with you. Oh my God, it was so scary. People were sharing instances where their best friend, or the closest group of friends did them so dirty in the most vile way possible. Like, but it was more general speaking, like on like how did your friend do you dirty? But there was one about this relationship where this one woman did the most vile thing to make the relationship end because she was so jealous of the friend and she wanted the husband, and I was just like, what? So yeah, and I'll also
share the link in the description.
That also goes back to you know, sharing information with your friends.
Yes.
So when you're in your 20s, even in your 30s, actually, because actually anyone
Be
watching
selective
this,
as to what you want
anyone
people
watching
to know
this.
now.
So not if you're a bit older than in your 20s and you're not too sure, whatever, it's okay. But
keep it to yourself.
Yeah, there's some things you do need to keep to yourself. Like it's okay to share certain information with your friends and family, but there are certain things that you just have to keep for your peace sake in the relationship. Especially when you're married. I'm not married, but I'm just basing this off from experiences that there's certain things that, guys, you just have to keep it within yourself or within the relationship, and you let it stay there and everything. Because before you know it, it's very easy to be influenced by external parties in the relationship. It's
They're agents of Satan.
They are everywhere, you know, the holy water.
Yo, guys. Guys. Yeah. Bless your house, bless your space, bless everything. Bless your children if you have children. Bless like the people most important to you, because there is so much evil in the world.
There's too much. And that's the thing, you know, where you know, just be very careful, like the type of information you sharing with your friends and everything. Because yes, you might be like, this could never be me. Oh, bear, please sit down and drink your water. I'm telling you, it can happen to 100%. Anybody. This can happen to anybody, and you just have to be very aware. Be more aware. And this doesn't matter if you're in your 20s, if you're in your 30s, 60s, 80s. You know, you have to be more aware.
100%.
The younger you are and you're able to catch up and be smart about it. Good. Please, good. And I wish that, you know, everyone of like every age was exposed to this, because it's so important to be aware that, okay, you know what, I'm telling Catherine about the situation in my relationship, but the words that she's responding to with, I could tell that she's not really happy. You know, this is my cue to stop sharing. And vice versa, where I'm sharing something with her that's positive to me, and she reciprocates with positivity. Then I know, okay, this is the friend I can trust and talk to. But not necessarily saying that I must be blinded. No. No. You know yourself better. You know, you trust yourself better.
What did Tapua say? Like our other friend as well, who's also going to be part of the series as well. She said that, like, be careful of how many people you surround yourself with. Like Jesus had 12 friends. One of them betrayed him. One of them doubted him, and one of them gaslighted him. Just saying.
And hence why I was saying, like, when you're responding, when we're sharing good news in our relationship to each other, you know, how are we responding? Am I gaslighting Catherine? Am I being like, oh, are you?
No, we don't do that, by the way.
Are those your favorite flowers now? Is that your favorite restaurant now?
We're not
doing that to each other.
No, but it's just an example to say, hey, you know, just be cautious. You know, when you're telling somebody good news, yes, of course, we're not saying don't share. Of course, you must share. However, just be very selective with caution. And it's true. The number of friends, Jesus himself, but so friends.
12 friends.
You know, friends.
And 3 of them were like
friends. So I mean, right now I can also count the number of friends that I have, and you know, I know that if I reach out to them, especially if it's like on a relationship basis and stuff. I mean, Catherine would know, like, you know, she
with the journey.
She's been
I'm so hopeful.
And she'll be like, I'll kill you. So
but I was joking.
Is she joking? I'm like, I don't know. But you know, but beyond that, you know, it is very important that you do have a close group of friends that you can trust on, lean on, whatever. Despite what you're going through, whatever, they're always gonna be there for you. You know, and you know them. You know who they are.
The importance of sisterhood, brotherhood.
It's very important, you know. So when you know who your people are, you attract your tribe, literally. But you also have to be that person too. You want to be reliable and be trustworthy, you know. And the same with the relationship as well. You're gonna attract that relationship because you
you are trustworthy, you're reliable, you know, you communicate openly and
Yeah.
everything. If there's room for improvement, please improve, guys, improve.
Always room for improvement.
Improve,
Always.
okay? Don't say I am the be all end all. No one is. So yeah,
everybody
please.
grows.
Everyone. Exactly. So yeah.
Are you going to tell me now that you were the same when, like now, if you're 45? Sorry, just a general age. You're 45 and you're the same as you were when you were 15.
No, come on, come on, guys.
Come on.
Yeah, I know I was a ruckus like back in the day, so I know in my 20s.
Learned my lessons.
Yeah, like yeah, my 20s dating and stuff, I was still ruckus, but I'm a better person now. I know. I can't be doing the things I was doing back then because it doesn't make sense, especially as you get older. You're supposed to get wiser as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but also try your best as well. So try your best as well when it comes to relationships to not you don't have to necessarily learn the hard way. Okay? Please seek help. Right? If that's also something
that's
I
a
could
good one.
if I could have told myself when I was back in the day. Wow.
Like to get therapy. Actually, you're not the first one to say that. Like another friend of mine said that, like
get help. And not necessarily in the form of therapy because not everybody can afford therapy.
That's true.
But in a sense of reaching out.
Yeah.
Right? If you know you're in trouble in a relationship or you know you want to get out of it or something's happening and you just don't know what to do, seek counsel, you know. Somebody that you look up to, that you whenever they tell you something or words of wisdom, whatever, you can listen to. You know, and try and integrate that into the relationship, whatever that may be happening, you know. Because I mean it's easy to say, you know, go to therapy or seek professional help, but a lot of people don't have access to that right now, especially in this economy.
Oof. Not in Cyril's economy. Yes, I said it.
So you know, but yeah, seek counsel, get help, you know, guys. I'm sure you have someone you can talk to
100%.
that you can be like, hey, look, please, this is what's happening, and don't feel ashamed, please.
Never feel
ashamed. Don't feel embarrassed.
Politeness. Protect yourself.
Yeah, don't feel ashamed, don't feel embarrassed, you know. It's okay, we're human, all right? You're not we're all the best things since sliced bread. Honestly, we all are, you know. We all are the best things since sliced bread. So treat yourself as such, right?
Yes.
And now I'm hungry. But honestly speaking, you know, don't be embarrassed. Don't feel it. Yes, you're allowed to, but go through those emotions.
Yes,
don't hide. Don't be trying to push whatever. Feel it. You know, if you think, oh my gosh, but this is the love of my life. Hey, do you know how many loves of your lives have you had? Okay, do you know how many, or do you even know how many you're gonna be saying like, this is the love of my life? You know,
the love of my life.
This is the love of my life. You know, I will please.
Until there's a ring on your finger, and then the priest is like, and does anybody? No. You may now kiss the bride, the groom, the whatever.
Yeah.
That's when I'll be like, this is the love of her life.
This is the love
because she got God, the government, and the ancestors involved.
And even after your marriage, you know, you have to choose your partner.
Yes.
You know, you have to, because yes, at some point it's gonna get boring. It's gonna be like, oh my gosh, we do the same mundane things. Make it fun. Okay?
Yes, make it count.
Make it count, make it fun. You know, do something out of the box. You know, do check-ins with your partner and everything.
Yes.
You know, like, you know, hey Cath, how you doing today? Okay, you know what? I think at the end of this month, I'd like us to just do a staycation.
Yeah.
You know, or even a vacation, whatever the case may be. Something, you know, something
cute because you two were together
within
first.
Budget, okay? Within
live within
budget.
your means. That's another series coming up.
Budget, okay? Within budget, because it's very easy to be like, oh no, you know, I need to do something extravagant. Okay, cool. And then later on it's a problem financially, and then it creates more stress into the relationship because finances is one of the biggest factors to break up or divorces. Anyway, you said that's going to be a series.
That's going to be a series.
for another day.
This is why in season 1 I introduced the whole concept of like, why is it vulgar to talk about money in polite society? Guys, you should be talking about your finances and your money as long as you're in a committed long-term relationship and you know that this is the person you're going to be with. You need to have those conversations. We don't want any surprises. It's like, oh no, now I'm garnished by SARS, I owe them 50,000 rands. Here? No, I must take that on. Hi-go.
Yeah, no, especially if you're gonna be with the person, you seem long term with this person. Finances are very, very important.
Have that conversation.
They're very, very important, and it's
there must
okay.
be no confusion
Exactly.
as to the bank account balances.
Exactly, and because right now I'll see on Twitter like people are like, no, broke people should date broke people, unemployed people must date unemployed people. I'm just like, what kind of shallowness is this?
This is someone who clearly has been spoiled.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's very shallow, because what you're saying is that I'm only gonna like you as big as your bank account is. So the many zeros I see is the many times I'm gonna say I love you. And so, okay, and then if the money's not there, what are you gonna do?
Crickets.
Right. So I'm just like, money comes and goes, but the person is there to stay.
100%. That's why you have those weird vows that you have through sickness and health.
Yes.
Rich hope or blah blah fish paste.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not married, but I assume those are like the 2-3 main lines that people say. But not blah blah fish paste, because that'll be wild. But Robi, thank you so much for coming on and like giving us nuggets of information and wisdom and like actual real insights as to like, people shouldn't feel bad about dating. They shouldn't feel bad about going out there and looking for exactly what they want for themselves, and then also to enrich another person's life, because you're not just doing it for you. Yes, be selfish like you said, but you're also doing it to enrich another life.
Yes.
But you guys, with that being said, go with God and see you in the next episode. Bye. With that being said, you guys, go with God and see you soon in the next episode. Ciao.